All right. So now what have we done up to this point? We have installed Python. We have also installed the VS Code, right? So the next thing for us to do is to set up the VS Code and write our first Python program. The important thing to note here is the setup. You just have to get familiar with VS Code or Visual Studio Code. So let me start with the Windows guys, and after this I'll be switching between Windows and Linux again, because then it will be like the same thing, right? So let's say you start your Windows. How do you set for Visual Studio Code? Of course, you use the normal thing. Search for the Visual Studio Code application. You open it up, and here is it. There's nothing there, right? So no folders, right? So first, what you need to do is that you need to create a folder, right? So first, what I'll tell you, see there, it is the hello project we did. First, what I'll tell you to do is that create a folder, right? Maybe on your desktop or something. It depends on you. And create a new folder and call it what? Maybe Python 2020 or something, or Python tutorials or something. So this is where you're going to put all your code inside, and then maybe you say folder, another folder inside week 1, right? So yeah, we're going to organize your things by weeks. So now let's close it and let's open Visual Studio Code. So this is all the setup you need to understand. And then you say open folder, right? So when you click open folder, you see then you can select the folder that you just created, and then that's that. Now that folder is open for you, okay? As you can see that, and you see this folder is what we created inside this folder, right? So if I hover on this, it said new file, new folder, right? So if I select this guy and I say new folder, it's going to give me the chance to create another folder. So let me do it and see week 2, right? Now let me go to my desktop. Where did I even put is the desktop? Yeah. I go see, I see week 2 over there. That was the week 2 folder I created here, right? In the same way, let's say I click on week 1 and I come and click on new file, or I can just right click on week 1 and say new file, right? And then I'm going to create a new file called first.py. So that's what the first thing you should know about Python, right? The name of the file should end in .py. Then Python will know that, oh, this is for me, right? So you press enter. You see, if I go here and I click on week 1, you see I have .py here. Yeah. So now let's go ahead and close this guy. So you can do everything from here. So we don't need this guy. So then let's go ahead and then write our first code. So just to make sure that you're familiar with Visual Studio Code, so let me close this. You see that, right? So there's a folder we opened, right? In fact, you can say add folder to workspace, and you can add more folders and all of that. It has a lot of nice things, and you get to know as time goes on. But you yourself, I encourage you to do your own, digging. Just play around with it. No one is stopping you from doing that. So feel free and do that. And then create first.py. So this is where we're going to write our code. So let me just say print, right? So in Python, print tells Python or tells the computer to output the code somewhere. Hello everyone. The normal first code is hello world, so let's just use that one. Right? Then we save that. Now, how do you run this now that you've written the code? So one thing is you can do is that you can open your command line, right? That's it. We've got part, but if you don't know command line, don't worry. This is for some people who want to use the command line always. And so if you say dial, it will tell you what is in this folder, right? First of all, let me even scroll down a bit. So if you see here, you see you have C, then dot dot, then you have users, then bar key, right? So let me open my file explorer for you. Okay, the C means is referring to my local disk C. So when I click on local disk C, you see I can see users here, and I can see bar key here. So this is where the terminal is currently at. So if I say dir or dial or something, I don't know how to pronounce that, and I press enter, it is going to list all the items in this folder, right? You can see that we have .vs code, we have .vs code, we have 3D objects, contacts, whatever. It's all here. You see that? Good. Now let's say we want to, where's the folder we want to even go into? So let's close this. So a simple thing is our folder is Python 2020, right? So I'm going to Python 2020, and when I right click, and then oh, it doesn't have that thing anyway. Okay, so I was hoping that there'll be something that I'm not finding it. So let's go here, right? So when we look at this, you can copy whatever is here. Control C to copy, and I say CD, and I paste, and I press enter, and it's going to go into that folder for me, right? So if I press dir, you see we have dot week 1, week 2, right? That's what is here. The dot and dot are special stuff. You get to know more about them later, or you can go and read more about it yourself. So if I want to go into the folder week 1, I say cd, right? Week 1, right? Now I'm in week 1. So if I type dir, what will I see? I'll see, so it has one file and two there. So I'll see first.py. That's what we created here, right? First.py. And so to run first.py, first of all, I need to take my terminal and go into that first.py place, and I will say that Python, right? Because it's Python that we use. It's Python that we are using. First, right? .py. Then press enter, and I need to print hello world, right? Now I know some of you get bored with this and all of that, but so that's one way to run Python. In fact, that's how you run Python code. You say you type Python and then the name of the file, right? But I mean, this is a long process for everyone. So the simple thing to do is you see this play button right here. You can click on it and it will run your code for you. Hello world, right? So it will itself go into the folder that the code is like this, and then to go into okay, and then to run it for you, and then long things, but it will run your code for you. So all you need to do is just click here and to run your code for you. And so that is your first Python program, right? So this is the important stuff here you need to understand. Hopefully it makes sense. So after this, I'm not going to, maybe I might use the Windows when I feel like there's something that you need to understand here, but this is all you need to do, right? Once you get this, yeah, we will probably come back to the Windows at some point in time, I don't know, but we'll be using the Linux most of the time now. All right, so whatever I did for the Windows is the same procedure for the Linux also. Okay, so the important thing, so for the Linux also, if I search after you stop Visual Studio Code, you can search for it, and then so if I search for my Visual Studio Code, you know, I had already had this one open. So if I go to week 1, go to intro.py, with this one also I can press play, and then okay, it's running my code for me. This is not what I want. Good. So I go to the terminal. I can go to the terminal. You see, it's currently in Python Django. If I do for Linux, it's quite different. If I do ls, it will tell me what are the things in there. For Windows, it was dir. Dir kind of works for Linux also, but for Windows, it doesn't work. ls doesn't work for Windows, but dir works for both Windows and Linux, which is cool. So if I say cd week 1, right, and I do ls, you see I'll see my intro.py. So first of all, let me create first.py here. First.py and print hello world. All right. So if I do ls, now see first.py as well. Type Python. You see, for Linux you have to do Python 3 because that we are using the Python version 3. Now do first.py. It's a hello world. Simple and short and straightforward. Nothing complicated here. So yeah. So that will be it for this part. See you in the next video.